I wasn't welcome at my mom's birthday party, so instead of sitting around feeling sorry for myself, I packed a bag and flew to Paris, where I ended up getting a front row view of the biggest family disaster of the year. So there I was, strolling along the Champs-Élysées on a crisp autumn day, the sun warm on my face, a shiny new Chanel bag swinging at my side. Out of nowhere, my phone started buzzing non-stop, like an angry hive of bees. Dozens of missed calls, a storm of texts. Ryan, my brother, cousins I hadn't spoken to in years. Even Aunt Linda, who still thinks smartphones are just government spy tools. I glanced down at the screen. Message after message all screamed the same thing. Where are you? Call me right now. This is a disaster. I just smirked, pushed up my sunglasses, and flipped my phone to silent. They didn't want me at their so-called drama-free celebration? Fine by me. While they were busy watching their precious party fall apart, I was out here thriving. But let me rewind and explain how I got here. My name's Chloe. I'm 38, and for years I've been the backbone of this family. Especially for my mom, Margaret. When my dad passed away 5 years ago, I moved back home to Chicago so she wouldn't have to face everything alone. I was the one handling her doctor visits, late-night calls when she couldn't sleep, endless grocery runs, even the mountain of Medicare paperwork that made my brain ache. I cooked her favorite lasagna every Sunday. I chauffeured her to bingo with her friends. I kept her company through the lonely holidays. So you can probably imagine how blindsided I was when Ryan called me 3 weeks before Mom's 70th birthday. Hey, he said, sounding casual, like he was ordering pizza. Just wanted to let you know we finalized the guest list for Mom's party. Had to make some cuts. You get it, right? Love you. Cuts. I just stared at my phone in disbelief, replaying that message over and over. I wasn't some distant cousin or flaky friend from years back. I'm her daughter, her oldest child, the one who's been holding everything together. And now I was being treated like an extra nobody needed at the table. And the person making that call? My 32-year-old brother Ryan, the flashy real estate guy who'd been with his latest girlfriend, Lily, for maybe a year. I sat in my newly remodeled kitchen, stunned. This had to be some sort of mistake. So I called Mom. She picked up after a couple of rings, her voice warm but uncertain. Hi, sweetie. What's going on? I cut straight to it. Mom, Ryan just told me I'm not invited to your birthday party. What the hell? There was a long pause, long enough for me to realize this wasn't a misunderstanding. Oh, honey, she sighed, using that soothing tone she pulls out whenever she thinks I'm overreacting. It's just a party. Don't blow it out of proportion. Just a party. My stomach twisted as anger and hurt started to blend. Mom, I'm your daughter. How does it make sense that I'm not invited to your 70th birthday? She sighed again, heavier this time. It's not personal, Chloe. Ryan just wanted to keep it small and, drama-free. You know how these gatherings can get. Drama-free? I laughed out loud. A sharp, bitter sound. Drama-free? Mom, I'm the one who took time off work to help when you had hip surgery. I handled Dad's estate so you didn't have to drown in paperwork. I hosted Thanksgiving last year because Ryan bailed. And now I'm the drama? Oh, don't be dramatic, she said, exasperated. It's just one day. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. There it was, the word she always tossed at me whenever I dared to have feelings. Dramatic. I could see exactly how this would play out. Mom would brush it off. Ryan would throw me a half-hearted apology. And, like always, I'd be expected to swallow the hurt and forgive. Not this time. Something inside me snapped. If I wasn't important enough to celebrate with, then I wasn't important enough to worry about either. I hung up without another word and opened my laptop. If I wasn't going to my mom's party, I was going somewhere that made me feel alive. My fingers flew as I scrolled through travel sites, rage pushing every click. Within the hour, I had booked a solo trip to Paris. First-class flight, a suite at the Ritz, a private shopping tour of the boutiques I'd only ever dreamed of walking into. I'd always told myself trips like that were too extravagant. Not anymore. This wasn't just a getaway. It was a statement. By the time Mom's birthday weekend rolled around, I was 30,000 feet in the air, stretched out in a plush seat with champagne in hand. I snapped a picture for Instagram, me, glass raised, with endless clouds outside the plane window. Caption: cut from the guest list, but I'll survive. Bon voyage. The reactions rolled in. My cousin Zoe dropped laughing emojis. My college best friend commented, "Slay, queen. Take me with you next time." And Ryan, blew up my phone. "What the hell, Em? You're really skipping mom's party over this? This is petty." Petty? Not even close. I snapped a picture of the Eiffel Tower from the in-flight magazine and sent it back to him. Then I powered off my phone. No guilt trips this time. For once in my life, I was putting myself first. When I touched down at Charles de Gaulle, the crisp Paris air hit me like a wave of freedom, carrying the scent of fresh croissants and flowers in bloom. A sleek black car whisked me away to the Ritz, where a chilled Perrier waited in the back seat. Already, this was better than any family gathering could ever be. The hotel was a dream. Marble floors gleamed under crystal chandeliers, and the staff greeted me with welcome cocktails before check-in. My suite was unreal. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Place Vendôme, a king-sized bed with silky Egyptian cotton sheets, and a balcony perfect for people watching. I stepped onto the balcony, the city lights twinkling below, and took a deep breath. This was my time, my priority. Naturally, I documented it. I snapped a photo of the view and posted, "When one door closes, another opens, preferably to a suite at the Ritz with unlimited croissants." I knew my family would see it. I wanted them to feel the sting of exclusion. The first full day was bliss. I started with room service, warm, flaky croissants, fresh strawberries, espresso so rich it made every Starbucks latte taste like water. No obligations, no errands, just me and the city of light. By the afternoon, I was in a high-end boutique on Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré, trying on a stunning Dior dress. The saleswoman cooed at me in French, and for the first time in years I felt glamorous, not just practical or helpful. Every so often I glanced at my phone, not to respond to family, but to savor their reactions to my posts. Zoe texted, "Girl, where are you? This looks amazing." Aunt Linda, "Good for you." Chloe should have taken me along. An old high school friend, living the dream. Invite me next. Then I saw it. Ryan had viewed my story. Finally, he was paying attention. I pictured him back home, stressed out while scrolling my posts instead of enjoying the party he planned. Good. I lounged against a velvet chaise in the boutique, sipping complimentary champagne. "Enjoy the party, bro," I thought. "Hope it's everything you imagined." But as the sun set over the Seine, my phone exploded. Calls, texts, notifications stacking up like a traffic jam. At first, I ignored it, thinking it was more commentary on my posts. But then I noticed the senders. Mom, Ryan, Zoe, even Uncle Max. I raised an eyebrow and opened the messages. The first, from Mom, stopped me cold. "Call me. Emergency." An emergency at the birthday party? I set it aside, debating if I should care. Then Zoe's message popped up. You won't believe this mess. Call me. Curiosity won. I scrolled through, and with each new text, a grin spread across my face. The universe had delivered sweet, perfect payback. Mom's perfect birthday bash had completely imploded. According to Zoe, it all went down at the reception hall. Ryan had rented a swanky venue in downtown Chicago, complete with chandeliers and a dance floor. He and Lily got into a huge fight over something ridiculous. She accused him of flirting with a waitress the night before. He blew up, stormed out, and she apparently hurled insults and even a plate of appetizers across the room. And it didn't stop there. Uncle Max and one of Dad's old friends started screaming about politics, knocking over the cake table. Shrimp cocktails splattered walls, cake frosting covered guests' dresses. And Mom, bless her heart, she started sobbing, wailing that the party was ruined because I wasn't there. "Chloe would have fixed this," she cried, demanding someone call me. The venue staff had to intervene and shut down the open bar early to prevent a full-on riot. It was chaos. I stretched out on my hotel bed, champagne in hand, reading Zoe's texts like they were gold. "Sis, you dodged a bullet. Ryan's a mess." Lily left in tears. Mom's blaming everyone. "Mom, Chloe, call me now. This is a crisis." Ryan, where are you? Mom needs you." Oh, now Mom needed me? Now I mattered? I could almost hear Ryan thinking, "You have to fix this. This is your thing." Nope, not today. I typed a single reply to Ryan. "Sorry. Busy enjoying my drama. Hope the party's a hit." Then I blocked his number. Mom's too, just in case. I set my phone to do not disturb, ordered decadent foie gras and wine from room service, and sank into the bathtub. My family could spiral. Paris wasn't letting me ruin it. The next morning, I woke to birds chirping outside my window, the Eiffel Tower glowing in the early light. The air smelled of fresh bread from the bakery below. For a blissful moment, I forgot about the chaos back home. Then I checked my phone. Even with blocks, voicemails from unknown numbers poured in, likely relatives using burner phones. Against my better judgment, I played one. Mom's frantic voice. "Chloe, I don't know what you're doing, but this isn't the time for games. The party's a disaster. We need you here. Delete." Ryan sounding wrecked. "Sis, please. Mom's heartbroken. You're her favorite. Call back. Delete." Then Zoe, whispering like she was in witness protection. Ryan and Lily are done. Mom's planning to crash your place when you get back. Heads up. Also, Grandma keeps saying the party was cursed without you. Hilarious. I saved that one. I tossed my phone aside and stepped onto the balcony. The sun was rising over Paris, casting golden light over the streets. Back in Chicago, my family was scrambling to clean up the mess. Meanwhile, I sipped café au lait in a silk robe, living my absolute best life. Poetic justice. They had made me feel like an outsider, and now they were begging for my help. I snapped a photo of my breakfast, croissants, jam, a mimosa, and posted it. Starting the day stress-free. Hope everyone's okay back home. Then I scrolled through the blocked notifications, chuckling at their desperation. I ordered another mimosa and leaned back. They could wallow. I was done being their fixer. By noon, I was in a private Louis Vuitton session, a stylist curating outfits just for me. A sleek black dress caught my eye, perfect for a night out. My phone buzzed again. This time it was my cousin Nora, the only one I hadn't blocked. Her text, "I know you're mad, and rightfully so, but you've got to hear what happened after the party. Call me. You'll love it." Nora is always the sensible one, so I dialed. She picked up on the first ring, practically vibrating with excitement. "Oh my God, are you sitting down?" I glanced around the luxurious store, champagne in hand. "Yeah, in a very good spot." Nora laughed. After Ryan stormed out, Lily flipped the buffet table. Food everywhere. Pasta in hair, cake on shoes. It was like a bad romantic comedy. Everyone tried calming Mom, but Aunt Linda piped up. "This wouldn't have happened if Chloe was here. She's the one who keeps us together." I blinked. "Wait, what?" "Yep," Nora giggled. Then Ryan jumped in, claiming it was ridiculous, and they bickered right there amid the mess. Grandma got involved too, yelling that the party was doomed because you weren't invited. She said, "Chloe's absence cursed us." I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my drink. The same people who cut me out were now blaming me for not saving the day. Nora added, "Mom even called Lily's family to apologize. Her mom just laughed and said, 'Your circus, your monkeys.' Last I heard, Mom was trying to plan a do-over, but no one wanted in. She was a wreck." I shook my head, grinning. "You know the best part?" "What?" "I don't care." I sipped my champagne. Nora cackled. "I don't blame you. Enjoy Paris. You did the right thing." And I did. I raised my glass to my reflection, toasting the woman who finally put herself first. Then I turned off my phone and dove into more Parisian magic. A sunset cruise along the Seine. A gourmet Michelin-starred dinner, letting the world fade away. At one point, I wondered if I should feel bad for Mom. Then I remembered how she had brushed off my hurt. Nope. I snapped a sunset photo over the river, posted it with zero regrets, and powered down my phone. They could handle their mess. I was done being the fallback. The next morning, I woke renewed. No guilt, no stress, just Paris. I ordered breakfast, more croissants, fruit, coffee, and, against my better judgment, turned on my phone. Big mistake. Notifications poured in. "Mom, stop being childish and call." "Ryan, you're so selfish." "Mom's devastated." "Unknown, probably Aunt Linda, we need to heal this family." I groaned, amused at their sudden pivot from exclusion to expectation. Then Nora texted, "Heads up. Mom's organizing a family meeting when you return." I laughed. They thought I'd come back, get guilt, and pretend nothing happened. No way. I texted her back. "Thanks, but I'm extending my trip. They wanted me out. I am out for good." She replied, legendary. Spill when you're back, whenever. I grinned, opened my laptop, and added another week to my stay. No family, no drama. Just me, the fashion capital, and peace. They'd never offered that. Now they couldn't take it. I sent one final text to Mom and Ryan. Want me now? Sorry. Enjoying my drama. Clean up your own mess. Then I blocked them permanently. I ordered a café crème and stepped outside. The streets of Paris welcomed me, vibrant and alive. They could keep their chaos. I was finally free.